Today, I want to talk to you about being a giver or being a taker and what that really means. A few nights ago, I was listening to a conference call, a Zoom call, and there was a presenter, and he was doing a wonderful job presenting and talking about the benefits of his company and his products. And at this conference call, there were people that were present. And in this type of business that he was referring to, there is some recruiting that takes place, recruiting to have other people work with you to help develop your business. And in this business, you're compensated for not only what you do, but for also those people that you help become a part of the organization. And so as this gentleman was presenting that evening, it was very positive, and the benefits of the company were expressed, and it was very, very positive. And then at a given point in the evening, it went from being positive to a little more of asking questions as to why people weren't doing more to get more people involved and joining the company. In the second half, when there was a little bit of scolding going on because people had not had as much success as needed to be. The reason this is taking is this presenter received compensation for other people becoming a part. So I work with salespeople day in, day out. We work with a number of clients. What I teach and what I expect from my salespeople is to be givers, not to be takers. Now, as salespeople, we need to have orders come in so that we earn our money. But what I try to instruct my people to do is you take care of their needs, and they will purchase from us. If we are not providing the value that they need, then they might go someplace else, and that's their right. But we will not manipulate them to purchase from us. We will provide the service, and we will provide the value to them. We will give this to them very freely and let them choose what they would like to do. Now, do we take once they purchase from us and we receive commissions on it? Yes, we do. But we're not trying to manipulate, and we're not putting them on a guilty conscience about it. This has served us so well in our efforts through the pandemic, through the disruption in supply chain. Our team continues to grow and to excel at what they do. And I believe it's because it is a team of account consultants that are giving rather than taking. I want you to think about this when it comes to relationships. Are you a giver or are you a taker in relationships? Do you give freely of service? Do you give freely of your time, of the knowledge you have to help others? Or do you do it with an agenda? That you're doing something for someone else in order to get something back in return. I work with a number of people in our church group, and we have some people who are absolutely amazing how giving they are. Someone needs help moving, they jump right in to assist. Someone is not feeling well, or there's an illness in the family, people unite to bring meals to them, to take care of their kids, to do whatever they can without ever expecting to have someone do that for them. Will it happen for them? Of course it will. Of course it will, because people see that they are givers and they want to give. I have seen people who are takers in that situation, and they're always looking for a way to take from others. This is my need, this is what I have, and it's almost a whine. Well, people will help, but people are not as excited to help. And that's kind of an interesting concept that takes place. So when we think about giving and taking, we want to make sure that we are always on that giving side. Giving is unconditional. Let me give you another example. This is the most unconditional person that has ever lived, and that is Jesus Christ, the Lord. Everything was unconditional with him. He was the absolute giver, never a taker. When he taught his disciples, he freely gave of what he had and shared with them, but never required them to do something at that moment. He taught them what was needed, what would help them gain what they were after, and then he allowed them to make those decisions and to follow through on those things. But he never did anything for himself. In fact, his entire purpose in being was to fulfill his Father's will, never his own, to teach what his Father wanted him to teach, never his own. So Jesus Christ is the absolute greatest example of a giver. And he should be the greatest example for those of us who are people of faith and want to understand, how do I develop relationships with other people that are positive? Well, there's the great example for us. Be a giver, not a taker. Now, as I say that, remember, as people give to us, we have to learn to be willing to receive. And receiving is different than taking. And I need us to think about that. We need to be gracious as we receive the blessings from other people, rather than requesting it and taking what somebody else has that was perhaps not offered to us, but we saw it available and we grabbed at it. These are my thoughts on giving and taking. They should be used in every aspect of our life.